I'm Eric Douglas with the Midwest District of the Evangelical Free Church, and today we're going to be talking about how to choose new songs. There's an ocean of music out there. CCLI says they cover over 300,000 worship songs. 300,000! I mean, how in the world do we sift through songs and find the best to introduce at our churches with that many songs? Well, I'm on this journey with you. I keep my ears open. I ask for songs from other church leaders, and I listen to suggestions people give me. But I filter those to find out what I think will be the best songs for our congregation. There are 5 things that I keep in mind when I look for new songs. Number 1, the message of the lyrics. Are they biblically sound and have good theology? Colossians 3:16 says, "Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, teaching and admonishing one another in all wisdom, singing psalms and hymns and spiritual songs with thankfulness in your hearts to God." We have a part of teaching people about God, of teaching people their theology. So we need to make sure that what we are teaching people is what is true and in line with Scripture. I've started to, from the encouragement of another leader, most often to read through the lyrics of a song to see if they're good before listening to the song. Sometimes songs can sound great, but when you actually look at what they say, there might not be much there. Now, that doesn't mean that every song has to be wordy or long, because we need songs that are simpler in lyric, as well as those that may be more complex. But in either case, the lyrics must be biblically and theologically sound. That doesn't mean that every phrase has to be word for word Scripture, not that that is wrong, but that they teach and communicate what Scripture teaches and communicates. So are the lyrics biblically sound? Number 2, is it memorable? Does it stick with you? As you look for new songs, take note of which songs continue to come back to your mind in the weeks following learning the song. It's good to give a new song a waiting period as you learn it to see if it really is memorable. There are a couple reasons for this. One, because we want to only introduce the best songs we can find, we're seeing which of those songs are truly memorable and which ones were just good for a day or two. Having a song on a waiting list after you've learned it for a week or weeks or months will truly test how memorable the song is. And 2, many worship leaders have said that you should not use a song publicly until you've worshiped with it privately. Why? Well, if these new songs are not affecting your heart and you're not musically worshiping God with them, then more than likely your congregation won't be affected by them either. However, there are songs that others will connect with that you don't, and vice versa. Having a small team of people that gives input into new song suggestions can be a valuable component into picking the best songs for your congregation. Make sure to be open to other suggestions, even if the song is not your favorite or even your first choice. Remember, we are here to serve. So is it memorable? Does it stick with you? Number 3, singable. Is it easy to learn and hard to forget? Is the range in a place that most people can sing it? We try to keep new songs at or below a high D. Occasionally we'll go above that and above a low A. Is it too syncopated? Know your congregation, what they can handle and what they can't. Some congregations can't sing songs that are highly syncopated, while others can. Also, sometimes a song is harder to learn at first, but as it becomes familiar, the melody becomes easier to remember. For example, if you had never heard the hymn, "Great is Thy Faithfulness," I would imagine that it would be difficult at first to learn the chorus because of how the melody changes keys. Listen to it.
Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness, morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed thy hand hath provided. is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
But for those of us who have grown up singing this song, it's so easy to sing because we are so familiar with it. So just because a song is difficult to learn at first doesn't mean you automatically can't do it. However, if you decide to introduce a new song that is more challenging, make sure it's worth the extra effort you'll need to teach it, and that it really is that good of a song. And two, be patient with your congregation and your team as they learn it. Number 4, clarity of thought. Are the lyrics so vague that you aren't really sure what the song is about? Or are they clear enough to be understood on their own? Congregational singing isn't the time for vagueness or artistic creativity in the sense that people are unsure what you're talking about. We want to creatively but clearly communicate who God is and what He has done, not create confusion. Now, maybe there is a line or two in a song that is vague or confusing. If so, you can easily explain what that means. Like in the song Before the Throne of God Above. In the first verse, the last line says, "No tongue can bid me thence depart." The definition of thence is from a place previously mentioned. So in the context of this song, in this verse, we are declaring that because of what Jesus has done on the cross and our faith in His work, no one can tell us that heaven is not our home. See, thence is a word that we don't use, but in a few sentences, I was able to explain the meaning. You could do this before you sing the song, or you can even put a short definition of a word on the slide with the lyrics. Number 5, how does this song fit within all your other songs? A worship leader once challenged me with the question, what sort of picture of God would those you lead have if they only got their theology from your songs? Now, hopefully they aren't just getting their understanding of God from our music, but it is a challenge to have a wide range of topics within our music. Do you need more songs on this topic, or do you already have 10 songs on this topic? Are there songs that you sing that have been worn out and need to be replaced? I've also identified some areas where our song list is lacking, and I'm intentionally looking for songs on those topics to give our congregation a wider range of understanding of God, as well as a wider range of responses to God in various circumstances in life. Another aspect is, does the new song say something in a fresh way? We're singing the age-old truths of who God is, what He's done, and what He's said. So we need to find new ways to tell ourselves old truths so they don't grow dull or boring to us. A diamond has many facets to it and reflects the light differently when turned around. Similarly, God and the gospel have many facets, and we want to sing songs that explore the many facets of God, reflecting His incomprehensible character and astounding love and grace in ways that stir our minds and affections that are different from the other songs that we have and that we sing. Finding new songs can sometimes be a paralyzing task. With so many options, knowing where to start can sometimes even be one of the hardest parts. But hopefully with these 5 filters, we can pick songs that teach who God is and what He's done in a memorable way that clearly communicates the truths, allowing us to respond in a way that does not grow dull or get worn out. Happy hunting for new songs.